We're gonna turn the volume down, guys. And guys, welcome everyone on this beautiful Saturday evening, February 3rd, 2024, to the Unprofessional Reseller Live. And we got special guest today, guys. Keith, Vintage Sports Flips in the house. And Keith is very knowledgeable, guys, in sports
Thanks,
memorabilia,
Ryan.
collectibles, any type of sports related stuff. So, guys, you can put your questions if you have questions in the chat about any sports related stuff. And I'm pretty sure Keith knows about other categories. I'm probably, I think you have sold
Yeah,
other things in the past, most likely. I don't know, but I think you did probably, except the sports stuff.
yeah, for sure.
So, guys, you can put any type of, questions regarding reselling or sports, any sports teams. Most likely, Keith will be the good person to ask. Even me, sometimes I can answer
Yeah,
certain things like that, but I think Keith is more familiar. So, and let me say hello to people who already in our beautiful chat, guys. Actually, we had a really good weather in Cleveland today. It was finally mostly sunny, guys, for the first time and probably since last month, since December. So we had sunshine come out. So it was very kind of beautiful
oh
weather
wow,
outside.
yeah.
It was 35 degrees though, still cold, but still. The sun came out. Keith, how was the weather there, where you are?
I think it was like mid 40s, overcast, but no rain or snow. So it's been pretty nasty here for a while too. So it's been, but the last few days have been a little bit better.
And you're
Where are
in
you
Philadelphia.
at? Where are you
I'm at right
located?
outside Philadelphia,
Okay.
like 15 minutes south of Philadelphia. Yeah, yeah.
All right, let me
So
say
we're
hello,
not
guys,
pretty similar weather it is there.
to Mike, Fartsek Jack in the house, very big sports fan. And this is the
Ah,
biggest, Keith, this is the biggest sports fan of the Dallas Cowboys, one of the best teams
I
in
know. And
NFL.
he's in Texas, right? I think I've seen his channel. I knew they were big Cowboys fans. I think are they in Texas, Roman?
Yes, actually,
I think so. Yeah.
Scott, his name is Scott, he's in California, but
Oh, California. Okay.
he's a big Dallas Cowboys fan, and he actually we kind of joke around with him constantly regarding my Browns and his Cowboys. Was that at least with my Browns they can kind of get to playoffs sometimes, rarely, but Cowboys usually get to playoffs almost every year. And cannot
Yeah.
get out of the wild card. So sorry, Scott. I know you don't like it, but yeah, Dumpster Diver dead, guys. And I'll put the links again in the chat for all the channels to subscribe, guys. And he says, "Let's go Cowboys next year." There's always next year, Scott.
Always next year.
Yeah.
And actually,
That's their motto, I think, right?
That's the
yes,
Browns motto.
and yeah, Browns
That's true.
motto
Yeah. It's a
since
lot of teams.
1999.
Yeah.
Gino, welcome. Gino's fans in the house, guys. Gino was the guest last week. We had a great show last week with Gino, as with all other guests before, guys. So, it was really fun talking to Gino last week. Gino, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. And Gino, I think I saw you got the gift that I sent you. So that's a good thing that USPS didn't lose it. So I'm happy about that. Little Debbie in the house. Debbie, welcome. We got, let's see, Duncan. I was from Australia. This time, Duncan, I finally caught up to your comment after 2 months. Usually, I know
From
Roman
two
won't
shows
read this
ago.
message. Yeah, that's exactly what he says. Silvat, exactly. See, almost a month ago. See, that's how I got to you. Finally, thanks for stopping by, man. We got where you have surgery again. And bearded pocket super in the house, Matt. Welcome to Dunkin' Donuts. How may I help you? Matt, we cannot help anyone that likes Dunkin' Donuts today. We only love Starbucks. You know how it is. They're a bigger company with more money. We only support companies with a lot of money. They're actually we're sponsored today, guys, by Starbucks. So see, there you go.
Hmm.
Still hoop jumping. Um, so guys, let me see who else. I want to say hello, kiss to some people at least before I get too late and forget about stuff and don't read
Yeah.
comments.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, sorry, man. I know it's kind of for me. It's very slow. Ken has escape room in the
No, no,
house.
no.
Jill is gonna be in the house today. Ken, actually, I'm wearing the T-shirt that Jill sent me. This is Jimmy Donovan, who is a broadcaster here in Cleveland on Channel 3. WKYC, guys. Not sponsored, but Jimmy Donovan has been following Cleveland sports teams for many, many years. And Jill, appreciate it. I told Jill I'll be wearing this T-shirt today on the live. So here you go, guys. Jimmy Donovan T-shirt.
Got my SSK promo. Hey, Ken.
Yeah, that's SSK Pro. It's a famous photo, Keith. You have to keep it.
Yeah, you got everyone's got to have one of them, right?
You have to put it on the frame so that eventually you will get. You have to get it graded by one of those companies that grade sports card.
yeah, sure it'll happen.
my boyfriend in house, guys, Biscuit Butt. He's usually comes in on Saturdays, guys. Today he's not that busy. He doesn't have a date. So Archie, welcome. He finally got dumped again, guys, by a lot of women during this week. So now he crawled back here to me.
You come after the women. Oh, that probably didn't even sound right.
I don't know about that. We got Sandy Ready Steady Cells. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. I've missed my Romans. There you go, guys. Archie, there are going to be no promises today. Unless you put up some kind of candle decorations. We got, here's Jill, guys. Jill, here you go. Hi, friends. Jill, I'm wearing your T-shirt. Thanks very much, Jill. It's my size, actually. Something that actually fit me, which is very rare. TJ Lovelady in the house. How do I get started with reselling? TJ, just quit, man. Quit reselling. There is no money in the reselling anymore. Just quit and become, you already have a good job. You don't need to resell anything. You're a millionaire. So you don't need to do anything else. Just enjoy your life. Go outside, play some sports. Don't go sourcing anywhere. It's just waste of time. Reno in the house from Cleveland, Ohio, guys. Great day Friday was warm. Reno, thanks for stopping by, man. Texas Bandit, Phil in the house. Phil, appreciate you stopping by. Go Snow, Mike in the house. What's up, guys? Thanks for grabbing the shirt. No problem, man. Reach out to me. We're gonna negotiate the price on the T-shirt. Miss Keta and Mike in the house, guys. Mr. Sadie, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Kim T, welcome. Lilac Seller, Meg, welcome. Silver Hair, Stacker, Larry, welcome.
And his desk.
And the desk, very important. And tees, because Todd commented on my shirt when I found tees. So Todd, appreciate your comment, man. If you need those tees, man, let me know. I will go back to the bins and pick them up for you. Let's see, guys. Who else I missed? Before we start, Harry Hamstone in the house. Harry, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Friends, Romans, and countrymen, as usual. All the friends. Kings of
Oh, so early. That's unusual. It's okay. He freezes up every show for a few just seconds and then he'll come back.
See, I'm
What's
back,
up, Andy?
Yes, I'm back. See, he's right about that. Eventually, guys, we're gonna have to sign someone from Detroit Lions to become relevant again, and we'll wait until Detroit Lions will become relevant again, ever, for the first time. If they don't start, if they're gonna keep gambling with their head coach, it's never gonna happen. So, Keith, just like I said, I actually never knew exactly. You're from, I thought you were directly from Philadelphia, but you're actually not from Philadelphia, right?
I'm close enough, a suburb. I grew up like 15 minutes west of the city. Now I live 15 minutes south of the city, but I go to every Eagles home game. So I'm not far from the city at all. Yeah.
And you actually in the area right now, like that's why I was kind of surprised in a way, where I was also thinking about maybe you're not directly from Philadelphia, but you're Eagles fan, which is actually, you know, it kind of makes sense now, because I was originally kind of confused about where exactly from, but it doesn't matter anyway. I mean, the thing about it is that in terms of, guys, as you know, Keith, if you followed his channel, I mean, he has a lot of knowledge in terms of sports memorabilia, like I said, collectibles, all types of sports equipment. And I actually watch his channel because I like sports stuff. And I said it before that if I would like to niche down to something, it would be sports stuff. Because I like sports, I like different franchises. Even though, Keith, you probably will agree with me, a lot of professional sports right now kind of, I would say, it's not the same as it was, say, like 40 years ago, 50 years ago. like 20 years ago. Most of it, I think, in my opinion, how the teams are playing right now is a little bit different. And a lot of the like like NBA, NFL, MLB, like baseball, all those big market teams, kind of, in my opinion, I don't know if you agree with me or not, have a much better chance usually to win a championship almost every year, like
Yeah.
from different cities, not just like it's kind of became, in my opinion, it's kind of uh, you know are not rigged in a way, but at the same time, it may be, as you know, how the betting goes in Vegas about certain teams and how it is. And even this year with NFL, how, I mean, we're not gonna get into it much, as you know, guys. It's not an NFL channel. It's
Yeah.
reselling content. We talked with Kiss about it. If we're gonna talk a little bit about sports, since we're kind of
Yeah.
both familiar with sports. And I mean, it is kind of, in my opinion, Kiss, if you agree with me, Rad, this year it was surprising in a way for me, to say the least, how the playoffs turned out to be before Super Bowl. But I kind of had a feeling that the Chiefs will get the Super
Yeah.
Bowl somehow, and they did
They
again.
always find a way. Yeah. Yeah. I can't stand Mahomes, but he's a dynamic quarterback. I mean, he just pulls wins out, and it's hard to stop him. So I'll be rooting for them. I'm not happy rooting. I don't really like the 49ers at all. So I'd definitely be rooting for the Chiefs, but I would have wanted the Lions or the Ravens. Would have been my choice for sure.
Yeah, actually,
But I think, yeah,
I don't like any of the teams that are in the playoffs right now that are left, or
yeah,
the one in the Super Bowl. So for me,
yeah,
like, being a Browns fan has been kind of a struggle. Always people making fun of city of Cleveland in a way, and the Browns, how they are kind of always, and not just Browns, like most of, unfortunately, a lot of Cleveland franchises, Indians, now Guardians, and Cavaliers, actually, who are actually doing really good right now in NBA. Almost they won 11 straight games. So like nobody kind of pays attention anymore, because they kind of feel that Cleveland teams, like, always lose and nothing happens. And it's tough to be a Cleveland fan for any teams, not just the Browns. And I'm a fan of all the teams in Cleveland, so that's
yeah,
why
sure.
it's kind of complicated. So in terms of reselling, is how did you get into reselling? Did you start reselling a while back and then decided to do YouTube, or you started out YouTube and
Yeah.
then started reselling at the same time?
No, I started reselling long ago, like I think like 1999. I started selling on eBay in college, and initially got into it. I was collecting. I collect Philadelphia Eagles memorabilia, so I would buy like a big bunch of stuff, sell, a few pieces, and realize I would make money and get to keep Eagles stuff. So I just kept doing that over and over again, and I've been doing that part time. I have a full time job, but I put full time hours into reselling. I have like, I don't know, 5,000 listings, so I'm pretty nonstop as far as listing or shipping or doing stuff. But I started reselling like I said, 20 years ago, and I just started YouTube about a year and a half ago, like May 2022, I think, is when I started that. Because I would watch like John Cincinnati Picker, and I didn't even knew that existed, reselling on YouTube, until the pandemic. And I would be at work in my car eating lunch, and I found YouTube. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm out doing this anyway. I bought a GoPro and just decided to give it a shot. And it's been a fun experience for sure, learning and teaching myself editing and everything else.
Yeah, and actually you're doing good job. And you usually use,
Thank you.
I think you use GoPro when you go, right?
I
I
do.
think, yeah, you use GoPro, because used to, now not anymore, because I record with my phone now, and it's more like the bet. I know that newer version of GoPro is quality wise probably is good. I never tried it, but my phone does good job. I mean, I just use the phone right now, and it's easier for me instead of wearing GoPro anymore, like I used to like it more. And even though I do
Yeah.
sometimes still put it on, and rarely nowadays. So like when you got into reselling, what type of stuff did you start? Mostly with sports stuff, or you start to be everything seller first?
Good question. Yeah. Well, initially, I mean, I would look for sports stuff, but I would go to estate auctions, and I would realize that I was a college student. I didn't have much money. So I remember one of the first things I bought, I would buy like boxes of books for like $2. And I remember one of the first things I scored on, it was like a first edition Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book that I paid like $2 for the box, flipped that on eBay for 200 or 300. And that got me hooked. I mean, you can flip two to 200 as a college student. That was pretty cool. And then, but from there, I really got into more sports, learning about it. And then, that's part of it. Knowledge is key when you're niched down into a specific niche like that, to know the ins and outs of it.
So basically, like,
that's what I try to do on my channel. I try to teach on my channel a bit.
And you do, actually. That's the thing about it, that a lot of the times when you see like someone, in my opinion, since you're already kind of, do you think you already niche down to sports mostly right now, or you're gonna try to kind of sell other stuff also at the same time, or it's gonna be mostly sports like banners, pennants, bats, gloves, sports cards?
Yeah. Well, I have such a massive death pile. Me and the King of Pennants, we bought this massive collection, so I could really like not source for 10 years and sell sports stuff for 10 years. But I'm also a general antique dealer. We have like my dad and myself, we share like 7 antique booths out in like in Amish country around here. So what we sell like general military, some like Americana. We sell all kind of stuff out there. So we do sell other things as well. Antique photography. We definitely a little diverse with that stuff.
That's interesting. And I know from watching your videos, you do have a booth, antique booth somewhere. Is it close to where you live, or you have is it in your area?
About an hour. It's in Adamstown, PA, which is like a hot spot for antiques. If anyone in the chat is in Pennsylvania, I think Harry's somewhat close to me. But yeah, it's an hour away. But I'm in like 4 different shops on a road there. It's a hot spot, especially spring and summer. People come from all over the East Coast to antique in that area.
Yeah, that's actually interesting, because like a lot of, what do you think advantages? Is there advantage I think for you there is a big advantage to having antique booths, because you do run into a lot of vintage sports memorabilia, which is actually very good for putting into the flea market or booth. That's one of the best categories for that, in my opinion, because you do find a lot of that kind of unusual, rare stuff, and that kind of will bring more money, in my opinion, for that kind of stuff. Do you think how many sales do you usually get from antique booths? Like, what do you say? Is there like good sales usually per month?
Good question. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I probably like double my rent every month there. We split it, my dad and I. So he pays rent in one spot, I pay rent in another. But we probably like make double on top of rent. But really for me, it's almost like glorified storage. Really, we have so much inventory out there. It's like if I closed all of them, I'd probably get like 2 more storage units or something. So, but plus there, I can sell like bigger stuff. Like I just sold like an antique, like a 19th century antique Singer sewing machine. I would have never dreamed of shipping that thing, but people come and pick it up there. So it's nice for big stuff too.
Yeah. So speaking of sewing machines, actually, did you have any issues with selling sewing machines in the past? Like not just antique. Do you sell them? Did you sell them before only at your booth, or you tried to sell them on eBay or Etsy?
No, that was the only one I've ever sold. It was an antique one. Yeah, I've never sold them before.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I don't know much about them, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, sewing machines. Why I brought it up, because recently I watched Pete's video, Craigslist Hunter, and he was talking about sewing machines. I sold some before, and I already don't get them anymore. I didn't have an issue, thankfully, but I sold the ones I sold more. They were not tested, and I sold them as untested, or just for parts, or not working. And that way I kind of, in my opinion, if maybe they did work, who knows? But I decided, it's safer this way, because I mean, with Pete, if you watch his video about it, he talked about it, how he got a return from one of the buyers in his shop that brought it back. So it was kind of interesting to see, because I actually was thinking about sewing machines recently, and I was trying to see maybe I'll find more. And some of them actually do sell for good money. But even for parts, sometimes they will sell for a decent amount.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Depends on what models, what brands. I sold one before for really good money, I think around $700, way back, probably a couple years ago.
Oh wow.
That I found at Goodwill, and I decided to sell it untested, and it actually sold untested, or like I don't remember if it was untested that I put it untested, or for parts or not working. I don't remember, but it sold still for 700. But it was a really good brand, and they were actually selling even for parts around for that amount. So sometimes you're gonna find, and I paid, I think, maybe $25 for it. So there you go. There is a good profit on that stuff. So in terms of like
It's a nice flip. Yeah.
in
Yeah,
terms of
absolutely.
yeah, definitely. So in terms of flea markets, like, do you sell at flea markets? I understand that you probably do, right? Do you take your stuff to flea markets sometimes to sell or not?
Well, I've never actually sold at a flea market, but I every Sunday morning I set up at an antique market that's indoors. I have a booth with a friend in there, and that place has an outdoor flea market as well. So I'm there every Sunday morning, but I've never set up outdoor like a regular flea market. That's more of like an antique shop, really. But that's mainly where I shop for my videos, though, is different flea markets in New Jersey. Most of them are New Jersey, and there's some in Pennsylvania as well. It's definitely a good area for flea markets around here.
And also,
and I saw Harry Humstone in the chat was asking, yeah, he was asking, maybe he was asking King of Penance. He's from Maryland, Harry. I'm from Philadelphia, so we're not too far from you.
Yeah, actually,
I'm not sure if King of Penance is still in the chat.
Harry is actually, I think, from very close to that area where you guys are at, like because it's like close to Delaware, because he does his videos like when he goes to house cleanouts and estate sales in the past, or garage sales. I think he travels also around the area with Pennsylvania and Delaware and New Jersey. So it's like all close, because you guys are like all like very close to in terms of driving distance. So that's why it's kind of convenient for you to like source at those
absolutely,
areas.
yeah.
I mean, and the flea markets especially. And nowadays, like during the winter time, do you still have flea markets that you go to right now during winter, or there? I mean, you don't have indoor flea markets, right? There's more outdoor.
There's some indoor ones, but I still go to outdoor ones. I haven't been in a few weeks just because they're on Thursday morning, so I just wake up and see if it's raining or snowing, and it really is very weather dependent. But it's a lot sparser now than it would be. But I saw Harry mention Columbus. That's the one I go to mainly. That's one of the better ones in New Jersey. But they're still open. They're just not as not packed for sure.
Yeah, and you usually buy.
And I don't really hit many yard sales like a lot of people do.
And I think I've learned that actually. I think from even your life with Andy, I think that you don't go to many garage sales, right? I'm not.
There he is.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit, kids. I think, or I'm freezing up. User one.
No, it's Keith.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. Keith is freezing up a little bit, so we're gonna
get. I think I'm better now.
Yeah, it's usually
okay.
Usually I'm freezing up usually, but it's still gonna happen. I freeze up all the time, and that's normal.
Yeah,
for this life, it's actually a normal.
And I missed what you said. Yeah. No, I see that all the time. But Roman, I missed your question. I heard a little bit of it.
Yeah,
but
no problem. Yeah, mostly I know that you don't like. I mean, you probably don't go to a lot of garage sales during the summer, right? You mostly go to flea markets or estate sales. I think that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, only because I don't sell household goods and stuff. So I'll go to yard sales when they look enticing, when they look like they have antiques, or I'll go, but I don't go consistently every weekend. I should, because I found some great stuff at them, but I don't go a ton.
Yeah, that's why it's interesting, because like you have how long, like how did you learn about all this stuff in terms of like different vintage sports things, like vintage sports equipment, vintage like sports cards. Did you throughout the years you just like to learn about that kind of stuff, and was trying to kind of mostly
Yeah.
get that kind of stuff from collectors?
Yeah, I think one of the main ways I've learned over the years is auction catalogs. I would get auction catalogs from every big sports auction house, Heritage, Leland's, Hunt's, and every auction catalog I was looking through to see if I wanted to buy anything. But you also learn, and you learn in the process, and probably look through thousands of catalogs over the years to the point where I really taught myself as far as the evolution of football helmets, evolution of baseball gloves, and I feel like I've become one of the more knowledgeable people in that area to the point where I've actually rented some stuff to NFL Films and I consulted with them a little bit. So, but I've taught myself over the years, reading, researching, and through auction catalogs.
Yeah, and here you go with smart comments.
Yes.
See, there you go, kids. The Eagles are second best team. It was a couple of minutes ago, probably, 20 minutes ago. But I caught up to it. I caught up to Scott's comment about trying to bash teams again. See, there you go. You got NFC East rivalry right now. Yes, with Cowboys. That's unfortunately, Scott, neither Cowboys or Eagles made playoffs, but didn't go anywhere. So, but at least Scott, Eagles won Super Bowl recently. So, see, there you have to give it to them, man. The Cowboys are kind of trying to win it at least maybe one time this century. Now he's gonna come back and say the Browns will never win it. Let me say hello to Nicola Presto. Nicole, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Lucky 19 T's in the house. Appreciate you stopping by. We got Easy Pickings Chris in the house. Chris, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Sorry guys, as usual I'm an hour behind, but that's normal. And I really appreciate you all stopping by, supporting us with our great guest. Keys today, if you're just coming in, Keys Vintage Sports Flips, guys. I put all information, guys, for Keys YouTube channel, his Instagram, Facebook, TikTok in the description, guys. So please subscribe if you haven't done so and follow him. And him and Andy, guys, they do Wednesday Night Live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. See, Keys, now I finally remembered. It took me.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
It took me, even though I'm in your life all the time and I cannot remember what time it is.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
But guys, please, they do Wednesday 8 p.m. Eastern Time. They do the live with Andy and talk about different things. So please join us. We usually have very fun company and they do very good job and put in a lot of interesting information. So if you want to learn about sports memorabilia, just about different types of contests that they do between each other, it's kind of fun. All those things with videos that you guys do that you put in for your guess the price thing, which is kind of fun. It was interesting. All the time I tried to play and never won. I was kind of close.
Yeah,
it was rigged. It was rigged.
It was always rigged. Yes.
Yeah, we've known each other since like second grade. So
wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that actually. That's what I wanted to ask you, how, because I don't see Andy all
so
the
it's
time.
A fun time.
I don't see Andy all the time in different lives or chats, but usually I was kind of trying. I actually wanted to ask you how long you've known him, and now we know, guys. So see, there you go. Now we know the answer. That Andy is a good dude. I mean, he's very funny, and it was kind of interesting how you actually talked about Andy last time in your life when you said he was kind of originally Eagles fan, and then he became a Lions fan when he moved.
Well, he.
Oh no, not spinning wheel of death.
No, the spinning wheel is actually gonna work out better than me. So Keith will be back again. Sorry about that, guys. We got constant internet issues, and I think I'm doing good today so far.
For once, it's not us. I'm next. I'm next on Spectrum. Oh no, don't make me big.
Guys, we're gonna make Lisa big, so she'll tell you who she is and where she sells and what type of YouTube channel she has and what she has coming up.
None. eBay. Everything. I like
not
jewelry.
not even anything related, guys. Lisette, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Scott, bearded picker, welcome. I don't understand. Football needed when Alabama lost the last game. Scott, sorry, man. You know how it is with Alabama, my favorite state to pronounce. There are two states that I like to pronounce: Alabama and Arkansas. That's why two states that I love to pronounce properly, and Mississippi sometimes. But Kiss is back, guys. So let me bring Kiss back. Kiss, sorry about
Okay.
that, man.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
No, that's all right.
man, my internet probably invaded your internet. So that's what happened, kids. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
my internet invades all the lives, all podcasts, all the videos. It's my internet like a virus.
Yeah, it's weird. It totally shut off on me. Yeah.
I will need to switch it.
Yeah. It's never happened.
So, Kiss,
It's all right.
Scott,
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was me or what happened there. It just totally shut up. My screen shut off.
see, Scott Bearded Picker is a big fan of Alabama football, and he's from Alabama. If you follow his channel, and he does his lives, and
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
there's a lot of information. You probably seen
Yeah,
his
absolutely.
lives on Wednesday mornings, and he's done also does them on Fridays in the evening at 8 or 9 p.m. I don't understand football needed when Alabama lost the last game. See, there you go. Alabama is kind of like Ohio State nowadays. They both cannot win now. They used to win all the time, and now they can't. So Ohio State Buckeyes and Alabama Crimson Tide, guys. You know, Roll Tide, all that stuff. And you
I
know
have
what?
no idea what's being talked about. We all know this, right? You know, just
Lisa, that's the
sports.
thing. You don't need to know. There is a big competition right now.
I live by the
When,
Football Hall of Fame, literally right down the road. Don't care. I know enough about sports stuff to walk away.
Lisa, you used to be when Ohio State always would go into national championship game and play Alabama all the time. And Alabama sometimes, actually, I can say Alabama would win most of the time. I don't know if you guys can correct me in the chat, but when Alabama played Ohio State, I think Alabama won more of those games than Ohio State did. So I don't know. Even though everyone, I'm from Ohio, but not an Ohio State big fan, guys, in terms of college football. Even though I should be, even though I never went to Ohio State, so I don't know why I should be. But anyway, so Kiss, what is your real job? What do you do full time for your job? If you don't mind answering.
You broke up a little bit, Roman. What was that?
What is
I missed what you
your
said, Roman.
what is your full time job? What do you do for full time?
Okay. Yeah, so I'm a full-time veterinarian. Doing that 20 years. So and it's I enjoy that. I love that, but you do get burnt out by doing that for sure. So I look forward to at some point in the future you going into reselling full time, but not the plan for a while. I don't think. So with my son going to college in a couple of years, I'll still be working for a while. Yeah.
Wow, that's
small animal, dogs, cats, exotics. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. That's actually really very cool, man. I have a lot of respect for people who take care of animals, who treat animals. That's a lot of respect for people like that. And I mean, it's not an easy job. What like a veterinarian? Like, do you do like any type of surgeries on animals or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, it has its moments. It's interesting.
Wow. So I mean, yeah, that's like one of those things because
do I do any kind of surgery? Is that what you said?
Yeah. On did you ever do anything like treat animals with surgeries or anything like that? Like, or it's just more?
Oh yeah. I do surgery every week. I mean, I have a surgery day once a week.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, that's cool, man.
No, so we do surgery. It's basically when you do a little bit of everything, really. Yeah. Yeah. And surgery on anything from iguanas to I did surgery on a mouse to dogs and cats. You never know. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool, man. I mean, thank you for that, man. That's actually animals need it, and I respect people who treat animals and help animals. That's very cool. I mean, that's one of the best things that people can do, you know, because animals are important in my opinion, and the best friends. You know, this is how it is. It's true, guys. It's true. And that's what my next question would be, is that the logo on your channel, and that's your dog, right?
It is, yeah. Yeah, he's my Whippet. I have a whip. I have 5 pets. I have 3 dogs, 2 cats, but he's my logo is my Whippet, which is like a smaller greyhound for people who don't know what a Whippet is. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's been in a lot of my videos. I used to put him at the end of my videos. Yeah.
it's very cool. I mean, I that's why kind of it caught my eye a couple times, and then I realized after watching your videos that it was your dog, because in the beginning I was kind of not looking at it that way. That I saw the dog with a bat, and that's like, eventually it kind of came to me to check, because I checked some of the you put your dog in most of your videos, right? In the end.
Yeah, I have it the last few for whatever reason. Just I haven't had the footage, but yeah, I always like giving him some sort of snack. I would have him like eating a cheeseburger off of our dining room table, stealing it. Just little clips of him doing stuff, or my other dog. So I have a pug and a labradoodle. So, but it was mainly the Whippet who was in the videos.
Yeah, pugs. I love pugs. That's my favorite. One of my favorites were pugs in the past, even though one of the pugs that my parents had passed away. And then I kind of was heartbroken about it, and didn't want to get another dog after that. And I loved pugs a lot, and that was like one of my favorite dogs. And now, yeah, I'm probably gonna get another pug soon, because I like them. They're kind of very fun and nice, and interesting dogs. That's like one of the most interesting dogs that that's my opinion.
Yeah, they have a lot of personality and very headstrong little dogs. Yeah, they're fun for sure. Yeah, they have a lot of personality packed into a little breed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, you got 5 dogs and 3 cats.
No, 3 dogs, 2 cats, 5 total.
Okay,
yeah, 3 dogs, 2 cats. Yeah, I would have more. The wife puts a limit at 5. I don't get it. I mean, just keep adding, right?
Just get more.
I think we reached our limit in her eyes. Yeah.
Does your wife help?
Yeah.
Does your wife help with the reselling, or do you
have
your kids help, or do you have, or are you just a one-man show and then do things with Mr. Penance?
They've helped.
I didn't mean to shut
mainly it's a one-man show. Now my wife will, when I have like a busy shipping day, she'll come down and help me ship. No, I think I can still hear you.
We're good. You were breaking up a little bit. You're good, man. My internet finally invaded all the territory of your state, man. It's like all over Pennsylvania right now and New Jersey. So you're good. We're not gonna have an issue. If we're gonna have an issue, we're gonna ask Lisa to provide her internet.
Hey, I got Spectrum too. We're not getting anywhere with me.
Guys, Kiss will be back again. Here you go. Yeah, Kiss, we got you back, man. We got you back.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I've never had the issue on StreamYard before on my live.
Man, so that's normal. See what happens on my lives, man. That's like a normal situation. Even I am surprised my internet is survived just now. Like, it didn't go down completely. So we're gonna read the comments until next week. We got Max in the house.
Sorry.
Fast Talking Flipper, guys, and I will announce next week on Saturday, Max will be the guest on our live. So Max will be the guest next week, guys. Just an announcement. So Fast Talking Flipper, Max. And as you know, guys, I met Max here and Angie in Cleveland. So
Max,
so in terms of other stuff like flea markets, when you go, I know that you probably got, throughout the times that you've been reselling, you got certain people with certain collections. Like I know that most likely you did some private picks, right, already with certain sellers, and that you have like that you met at the flea markets, and I'm pretty sure you'd had some good private picks.
Absolutely.
What would you say in terms of, I know that you pay up, guys, as you see, that's the thing about Keys, guys, because I watch Keys videos and I know that Keys actually pays up for the stuff that he buys, and he sells it for really good money. And if you followed his channel, there are certain collections. I know that Keys, correct me if I'm wrong, that you have purchased for big amounts, like sometimes in thousands of dollars. We're not talking about like spending $100 at a garage sale. We're talking about like you spent like
that's true. I'm not
over $2,000 on certain things.
Yeah, like the bat. I bought a big bat collection that had a couple Babe Ruth bats and a couple Ty Cobb bats, and that was like a $4,000 collection. So I've had some big buys on my channel, but some of my videos I'll spend like $50. So it really varies. But yeah, I'm not afraid to buy if I know there's some pieces in there that I can. And that's a good thing about having a full-time job. I can be a little more aggressive. That would change a lot if I was doing reselling full-time. But I saw Harry had an incredible video today, incredible find that those some early football programs, early Eagles programs. I already shot you a message on Instagram, Harry, about that. That was an incredible score you had.
Yeah, in my opinion, actually, yeah, Harry also, like, if you watch his videos, he finds really very interesting vintage collectible stuff all the time, and some of it
sure.
sells for really good money. And that's why I brought it up, Keith, because you know how it is recently, where there are certain reseller haters that are coming on a scene and trying to put down resellers in terms of being cheap and paying less money that a person like supposed to get. In my opinion, this is total bullshit. I'm sorry to say that resellers have to make money. If they go to someone and the person who has certain merchandise gives them their own price, like it doesn't matter what price, like what type of collection, that person, in my opinion, should not offer more money unless they're really willing to do it and offer seller more money to buy something that is more valuable, that can sell for more money. In my opinion, it's not supposed to be that way. People should not hate on resellers trying to make the money, because you know they don't put the words in sellers who sells those things in their mouth with their price. So if someone goes to garage sale and they find some kind of say, for example, a vintage sports collectible that's worth of $2,000, and they have a knowledge like you have, Keith, about certain things like that, and that seller at the garage sales tells them they will sell it to them for $100, then I mean that's what you should pay. Don't you agree with me on that, Keith? What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's up to the owner of the items to research it and price their items. I mean, I don't. I'll occasionally, if it's a friend of mine who they're offering me something, maybe I'll pay more if it's like someone I know very well. But if it's a stranger, that's a slippery slope when you say, if you try to pay more than they're asking, and then they're going to say, why are you paying more? Then they're going to start looking it up themselves. I don't think there's anything wrong with paying somebody's asking price, because it's on the right of the seller it should be their responsibility to price their items. And research the items.
Research them and give their price. Nobody puts like things in their mouth to say how much they want to get for it. You know, it's not like sellers hold them hostage. I mean, buyers hold them hostage and tie them up and tell them, you know, we're gonna pay you $1,000 for something that sells for $5,000. You know, so it's like, and it happens consistently. And I know that you go there, and you're absolutely right. If you have developed a relationship with certain seller, certain person that supplies you inventory, like Lonnie does it with Shed Flips, when he had the guy that supplies him inventory sometimes. And that's when you develop relationship. At that time, yes, you can pay up to that person, and then you will know that that person will come back and sell you more stuff in the future. So you can it's more reliable that way. Then you can pay up, and then you can give them more money.
Building relationships.
But when you go to random garage sale and a person just has huge collection of some kind of stuff that you as a reseller, you know how much stuff most of it will sell for. But you asking that person, how much will it be to sell all of this to me? And if the buyer, I mean, if the seller tells you it's gonna cost that much, I mean himself, then you pay that much. You don't need to give him more money. You know, it's not like one of those. It's kind of funny because I talked to like a reseller recently at the Beans about the situation. Like, what would you do in a situation? Would you pay more money to someone who offers their own price? And this reseller doesn't have a YouTube channel or social media. And he said, no. Why? Of course, there is no point. It's like you're trying to make money. You're not trying to kind of, bring that person down or anything, but that person is telling you his price. So that's how much you pay him. You don't need to pay more unless you want to. That's the only thing, in my opinion. So I know, Keith, that you paid up for
Yeah.
the stuff that you purchased in the past. I mean, and in your category, like in terms of, say, like you go to private picks, for example, do you run into people like most of the time that are familiar with the merchandise, correct? That they sell, like they know at least the value of those things, correct? I think Keith is pretty.
Yeah, I think that most of the people have some knowledge. Either they're, yeah, I remember one private pick I went on where the guy's father collected it all, but he still had some knowledge. He was with him. Roman, I'm going to try to move to a different part of my house. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet.
No problem, man.
I'm gonna try to move to a different area. I'll move upstairs. I usually have my studio in my basement, so I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, no problem, man. Take your time. Yeah, we're gonna be here. Hopefully. Hopefully my internet will stay.
I used to have that problem until I got an Eero-net.
Yeah, we got Larry way out one in the house. Larry, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, Lisa, I actually talked about this situation with some resellers who don't have any social media or any YouTube presence at all, about how much they usually, if someone gives them the price for something at a garage sale or estate sale, even like if they pay more, say nobody said yes. No one will pay more. It's like
Well,
it's ridiculous in my opinion, because some kind of schmuck comes out and starts making certain comments about people, trying to make a living. I understand there are going to be comments, negative comments, that the resellers are all crappy and trying to steal from people. Hardworking people, guys. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But I would not. I mean, the thing about it is, in my opinion, if you find a person that you have been buying from many times, that's the only case, in my opinion, where you can pay more money, to that particular supplier, or whoever does business with you, because you kind of developed relationship and you kind of don't want to lose that supplier that supplies you inventory. But otherwise, in my opinion, you don't have to. Do you agree, Lisa, about that or not?
well, no, yeah. I mean, we talked about this before, that I'm like, you pay what they ask. They could have made the choice to look it up beforehand, if they really wanted to. The number they put out there, that's what they asked. You pay that. Now, I mean, I have problems sometimes with people lowballing, but I'm just uncomfortable like that. I mean, if I think their price is a little too high, I might be like, well, might you go down a little more? But as far as, paying up, you're paying what they wanted. It's a good transaction. The state, it's just how marketing, they made the price, you pay it, done. They're happy. They could have asked for more. I don't
Exactly.
understand why everybody battles about
Yeah,
this.
nobody puts words in someone's mouth. If they want to get certain amount, they will. I mean, you cannot. It's not like they kind of do it with, like, certain amount of negligence, that they just kind of thinking about it in the back of their mind, that they should get more if they give you the amount they want to get. So, like, there is no point for someone who buys stuff from someone who gives them their own price to give them more money. It's like, that's my opinion, guys. You can put in the comments if you agree with it or not. But there was a lot of stuff going on with that, negativity about resellers going and trying to steal from people. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's ridiculous. If full-time resellers trying to make a living, they have no other option, then I mean, that's a normal situation, in my opinion. So,
Well,
uh,
like if somebody's putting video games out at a garage sale, they have a computer at home. They've got a smartphone probably. They could look it up if they wanted to go through that hassle. To them, what they're saying right there, they're done with it. They don't want to put that extra effort in. So where's the problem? I mean,
Exactly.
giving people a lot of crap about, like,
And
especially games at garage sales, and you know who I'm talking about.
right, no, I know that. And the thing about it is that if the person who is doing the transaction at any sale, if they give the the buyer the price that the buyer knows, most likely they're not going to make any money at all, the buyer can walk away. The seller has exactly the same right. If they don't want to sell it for the price that buyer gives them, or just proposal that the
No,
price they
nobody just leave me here.
proposed price, that's they don't have to take that price. So there you go, guys. Let me say hello to Corey and Teresa. Hasta la vista, baby.
Keys.
Grabs and Puffs Vintage in the house, guys. Guys, don't forget, actually, there is going to be a big event coming up. Planes to Profit, guys. Planes to Profit convention coming up in Nebraska. So don't forget, guys, there are some tickets still available. I know that
Hope
most
that
likely.
we could get through this. Roman, you are freezing up so bad. Please don't leave me like Shay left.
Am I freezing up right now? Am I freezing up?
Badly, continuously. Yes.
I don't know what's happening today, guys. Nobody, internet. I think the reseller haters don't want to
Sing and
copyright.
dance.
They don't
Ask
want to.
reselling questions.
They don't want to cooperate today with our live, guys. So they don't want to leave us alone. How's it now, Lisa? Is it normal? Is it okay?
Yeah, you're talking. That's what you're here to do. You talk.
Because I can tell that since I'm still talking, guys, I'm still alive.
Stay alive, Roman. Stay alive for everybody.
Christine Anderson in the house. New name. Appreciate you stopping by. Hi from Wisconsin. Great state of Wisconsin, guys. Here you should. That's Lisa. Patrick Murphy in the house. Patrick, thanks for flying by. Guys, Kiss is gonna be back. If you're just coming in, our special guest, Vintage Sports Flip Kiss, had an issue with internet. Now he's back, guys. Kiss, thanks for stopping by again, man.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Man, now you.
Thank you for coming back, Keith. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kiss, now you look much better.
Oh, good. Yeah, good. A little better lighting.
Now Philadelphia Eagles may make playoffs sometimes
Oh,
in the next 10 years. So guys, sorry that I missed. I'm still kind of way behind, but if you're just coming in and Keith is back, Keith Vintage Sports Flips, we had internet problems today. I think reseller haters came out strong today to try to disconnect this live.
yeah, sure.
So hopefully, guys, we're gonna stay on. And if I missed anything, let me know, guys. Andy Someta in the house. Andy, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So, Keith, in terms of like big purchases, what was your biggest in your memory? What was the biggest purchase that you had in terms of collection for like sports memorabilia? How much did you pay? Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So that was the collection that me and the King of Pennants had bought together. It was like 30,000 pennants. We paid like under $1 each, but we still paid like 22,000 and change for this collection that we split together. So, and we've sold like 500 pennants and we still have 29,500 left and we're in the profit already. So it was a good buy, but that's the most I've spent, even though, that we've spent together as a partner, for a collection for sure.
And that was between. Andy also was involved, right, in it, or just you?
It was, yeah. I brought him in on it because not for the money per se, but it's more like the manpower to try to sell 30,000 of anything, right? Because he was never in reselling before that. That got him into reselling.
Interesting. So you guys kind of known each other for for many years already, and it turned out to be that both of you now have like you both resell and both have full-time jobs, right?
Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. That's very. That's kind of cool actually. And you guys, how often do you guys meet up? Do you meet up very often usually with Andy?
Yeah, I would say like maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I mean, we're not terribly far apart. But we'll communicate a lot, almost on a daily basis, whether it's for the podcast or whether it's for reselling, pricing, giving them pricing info. But yeah, he comes up. We share a warehouse too near me, so that's we go through the warehouse he brings stuff home so he can list it over the next few months. So
that's interesting, because like I forgot about it actually, about your warehouse, because
Yeah.
you keep most of your inventory in the warehouse, right?
Correct. Yeah. And that warehouse was actually for people who watch the Philly Flipper. That was his warehouse. When he moved to Florida, I took over the warehouse, took over the lease. So it's if you remember his videos where he's walking around
I
the
remember.
warehouse.
That's a big warehouse.
Yeah.
Paul actually being told how tall Paul is. I mean, that warehouse is kind of big even for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
In size. But actually, I didn't specifically known that. Actually, now I know that you took over. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, because and you met Paul in Philadelphia, right? Before he moved.
I did. Yeah. I only a couple times when I went to the warehouse and I bought like his washer and dryer and storage racks from him. He's only one of the few YouTubers I've met. I've never went to any of the reseller rallies or anything, but I definitely want to do it at some point for sure.
But you know what happens when someone meets Paul? They all move to Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see, Keith, now you're next. You're gonna have to move to Florida now. That's it.
Yeah.
You cannot stay in Philadelphia anymore. You can take the warehouse with you, so you can move the Paul back into his own warehouse in Florida.
Yeah.
So in terms of like other sports memorabilia, like vintage type of say clothing, do you buy like a lot of vintage? I know you buy hats. That's your specialize in a lot of hats, and I've seen it. And you probably run into that type of stuff most of the time. Even with how many would you say private picks do you say like per year, like approximately you have, like from your experience? How many private picks?
I would say maybe 10, not a ton of private picks. And a lot of the people I'm picking repetitively. Like I've went to their house before, and now I'm going to a different area of their house or a storage unit. I would say about 10 private picks a year.
That's not bad. I mean,
No.
especially the amount of money. See, that's why Keith, if there's gonna be haters sometimes to make a video about you, they cannot make a video because you actually pay so much for those collections. They will be kind of amazed how that reseller survives by paying like over $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for collections. You know, that's kind of like anomaly. It never happens that resellers pay up so much money. You know, it's rare.
The only hater that'll come out on those videos is my wife yelling at me for spending it. That's she'll be the one who trolling me in the comments. Why did you spend that much? You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah, and I've never really gotten much troll comments. I'm sure I will. I just haven't made it to that level yet. A pretty small channel.
Well, that's the thing. When you grow bigger, man, believe me, there's gonna be people coming in and saying, "How come this reseller spent only $5,000 on collectibles, on sports collectibles that sell for $10,000?"
Yeah, exactly. It'll
they're not gonna like you, man. You're gonna have to spend more money. You're gonna have to say you spent $9,000.
Yeah,
otherwise,
for sure.
Otherwise, it's not gonna work anymore, man. You have to please all the haters, man. If you're not gonna please haters with the money, because you know they kind of think that resellers are millionaires. That it's so like easy to go to garage sales and source all day long at the bins. They don't understand that sitting on their butt and trying to make fun of other content creators. See, that's the most ridiculous thing I've seen in my life. You have to be kind of, in my opinion, a low life to sit in a chair and just make comments about people like that who try to make a living and go every day, spend their time trying to look for inventory, wake up, get tired on their feet all day, like me, like a lot of other resellers go out and source. They don't understand how hard it is.
That's
and just go open up their video and make fun of them. That's just unbelievable. It's only in this country, man. I think those types of haters should appear in Russia, man. We'll see how that's gonna go. That's not gonna go very far, man, until they get rescued. Really
they will quietly disappear. They do that.
Quiet down right away, man. It can only happen here, man. Believe me. It just pisses me off sometimes. It is what it is. It is for YouTube entertainment. It is for YouTube content. I understand everyone's trying to make some kind of living on YouTube, trying to put down certain people. It's incredible how that works, unfortunately. And sometimes I look at it, it pisses me off because they don't understand how hard it is to go every day, think about trying to make money, trying to find inventory, go sourcing, trying to find some, go in the bins. Like I go to Goodwill bins almost consistently, and you have to see how each reseller. It's not like fair game in a way where you go to garage sale or you go to estate sale or you go to private pick. At Goodwill bins, it's like a war territory in my opinion because they're all resellers. So
Oh yeah,
everyone trying to get their stuff, trying to run to get their stuff. They're not friendly with you. They don't hug you. They try to make money. So they're not gonna talk to you about, you go get that thing, you go get your own thing, that's how it is.
yeah,
And it is difficult spending 5 to 6 hours consistently every freaking day on your feet and in the bins, man. Believe me, and not just at the bins, garage sales, driving around different places. It's not easy. They,
oh
they,
yeah.
think, they think it's easy. That's why they sit on their ass and trying to make fun of content creators, or
Yeah, if you go to
YouTube.
yard sales, that's just killing your back, hopping in and out of the car. That's a grind. People don't know how much that
Exactly, man. It is
how much a
difficult.
workout
I
that
know
is.
that.
Yeah,
I come home every day, man. I'm dead. Like I
yeah,
cannot even list. I cannot even walk, man. That's like how hard it is. Especially when you don't have support from anyone in the family. It's much more complicated.
yeah,
That's why there's one man show. Like Pete Craigslist Hunter said, it's not a business. It's gonna kill you eventually, and that's gonna be over. So there you go. that's
yeah,
that's how it is, guys. Hopefully, like, and I don't, I don't like have any ill will against those types of people who create content for the purpose of making fun of resellers or anything like that. It's just I understand there is going to be more of them. There is going to be more people who come out and make fun of resellers or other categories, whoever do their own YouTube content, and it's never-ending cycle, But at the same time, they probably don't understand how difficult it is, They
yeah.
look at it
No,
from different point of view.
it's
So
not a lazy man's job for sure.
no,
Reselling.
man, it's
Yeah,
not. Believe me, there are hardworking resellers out there, and there is also what I will tell you, Keith. You probably will agree with me. I'm trying to grow my channel a little bit. I don't put much effort into it because I just don't have time. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, like it's impossible. I'm gonna die if I'm gonna try to I don't. First of all, I'm not that young anymore. Guys in the chat, I really appreciate you all stopping by. But 45 is like is my. It's if I'm not 35, like if I was 35 or 25, I would have much more energy, and that would be different. But when you are kind of older a little bit and you have so many things at the same time, and also trying to make good quality content and put out a video consistently, it's not easy anymore like I thought it would be. That's why people who trying to concentrate mostly on reselling full time, especially who do reselling full time, is they try to concentrate on finding good inventory. They don't have time for the content. They just trying to find inventory, trying to resell the stuff. That's it. And you see those resellers every day grinding, and I see them all the time in the bins. I see how difficult it is, how there are older people, older than me and much older than me, that go and try to find stuff and still trying to stay at the bins for hours, sometimes. So it's
oh
not
yeah,
easy. So do you ever been at the bins, Keith, before? You ever shopped at the
yeah. I have a few times. I would. My wife used to sell. We stopped recently, but we used to sell used books. So we would buy books at the bins. But I don't really deal in clothing, or at least modern clothing. And I know you can find vintage clothing there, but I go there like once, maybe every 3 months. I'm not putting the time in. I'm not gonna find anything like the people who go every day, like Roman, or at least go often. But it's an interesting experience for sure.
Yeah, whenever you're in Cleveland, man, let me know. I'll take you to the bins with me. We're
Yeah,
gonna
for
go
sure, man.
together because
Yeah,
like it's a fun experience for me. I love the bins. Like right now, if I would choose between all the sourcing, I will say Goodwill bins will be number one for me, and garage sales number two because I like the environment. I like the rush, the treasure hunting part of it, where you go, you don't know what kind of stuff they're gonna bring out, and like you kind of always, in my opinion, that's how I am. It's always kind of thing inside of me that tells me it's fun to go in and just find something that you can find something that will resell for
yeah,
decent amount of money at least, which is not
yeah,
easy to do either because there are other like 40, 50 resellers there at the same time. So it's not like you're going, to private peak where you just by yourself and you have your own stuff to yourself where you can, browse quietly and take your time. So that's
Yeah. Oh, sure. It's a rush. We're all treasure hunters, right? Whether it's the bins, the yard sales, flea markets, we're
exactly.
all modern day treasure hunters, I think.
Exactly, man. That's and that's like, in my opinion, that puts like, there are always gonna be some things that will tell separation, as you understand, is where content creators who trying to at least put out certain amount of content consistently. Yes, there is money in YouTube, of course there is, but you have to work on it. You have to make sure you're putting more time in your content creation. You're trying to make good videos, at least somewhat good. In my opinion, I'm trying at least somehow. I don't know how I have time, but I'm trying. Even
it's a grind.
And
I see Larry's question there. Yeah, Larry, I am going to be in Cleveland. I do set up at that show. I didn't set up in Chicago last year, but I've done, I think, every other national for the last 12 years. So I'm looking forward to it. That's a great show, fun show to shop. If anybody's in, I know Roman's in Cleveland, but that's
I'll be there. I'll stop by. Yeah, let me know the dates. I'll stop by there because I most likely know.
Yeah, it's a fun show, whether you're setting up like I will be or just shopping it. You'll see some incredible stuff for sure.
Let me say hello to Shane, Soda City Flips in the house.
What's up, Shane?
What's up, y'all? And Shane is close to 3,000 subs, guys. So
that's crazy. Yeah, he's doing awesome.
Go check out his channel, guys. He's been growing on time. Growing right on time, guys. So almost 3,000 subs. Props to a lot of content creators putting a lot of effort into making videos. It's not an easy thing to do. We had Gino. If you watched our last live,
sure.
Gino is doing great job putting out consistent content, very interesting videos, and also goes out. It's difficult for him. It's not an easy thing. He has to go also do the videos, sell stuff, list stuff, and it's not an easy thing to do, and puts effort into making a video, which is have like consistency in it, and it's not an easy thing to do. As with any job, it's like a job. You're trying your best, and I know, Kiss, you do consistent videos. I think you release your videos every week, right?
Yeah, every Saturday, like 1:00 typically I put one out. That's a grind to do. Sometimes I'm scrambling on Friday night to get it done, and because depending on my work schedule. But yeah, every Saturday afternoon I put one out, and then I'll put some like what sold videos out Monday, maybe Tuesday. Try to put out a short a week. I haven't been as good with the shorts, but yeah, I've seen Gino's videos, and they're a ton of work because they're all voiceover, right? He's like voicing over the whole thing while he's walking through the shop. Yeah, they're great.
He puts me to shame. I can't figure it.
Yeah, they're a lot of work, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. I mean, it's a bunch of content creators who consistently put out interesting content about a lot of different things, like you do with your stuff. That I'm not like that would be something, like I said, which very interests me about sports, because I'm a sports guy. I like a lot of sports teams, and I like sports altogether, different except golf. I kind of that's like the only sport that I never kind of liked that much was golf, and most other sports I do like, and I do sell a lot of golf stuff, golf clubs and golf covers and stuff, like hats, clothing for golf. I mean that stuff. That stuff sells for sure, especially like right now with summer coming up. I mean, and that's like one of the sports but most of the sports stuff I do love. And whenever I run into sports hats, that's like right now, I think my number 2 favorite category to look for is like vintage hats. And I like hats. I like to sell hats. So it's like,
they're strong. They're strong right now still.
And usually at the bins, I will run into vintage hats a lot. So that's one of the things that helps. So what is the most, in terms of your collection, your own collection? I know you collect hats most likely, right?
I do, yeah. But I collect memorabilia too. I have a lot of game used jerseys and vintage bobbleheads, buttons, all kind of stuff. But I probably have about 100 Eagles hats, only about 25 that I wear currently. But they're all vintage 90s, 80s, 90s hats. And I missed a question in the chat. I saw Ben Flipping Goods. I think that was his name. He was asking how I store pennants, and I use those big, like under the bed, like flat totes, and I'll keep them organized by sport, by travel pennants, by different topics, and I'll keep them in them. They're not alphabetized. You're still going to flip through a ton of pennants when they sell, but least it's not like 2,000 pennants in a pile. It's a little easier that way.
Yeah, that's actually about the pennants. I always watch what kind of pennants you find, because I also find pennants a lot during summertime at garage sales, a lot, estate sales sometimes, and I did sell certain amounts throughout the years. And I usually fold them. Do you fold them in the box when you ship them, or you put them in some kind of cardboard?
Yeah, I lightly roll them in a 12 by 6 by 6 box. I have a short on my channel of how I roll them.
Yeah, I do it the same. I
Yeah,
put them in a
yeah,
12 by 6 by 6.
yeah. That's the best way to do it. If really expensive pennants, I'll ship flat. But again, now that's like $25-$30 to ship with the post office like length surcharges. But most of them I still roll. Yeah.
But yeah, that's and you find big collections, because whenever I see a video, even from flea markets, when you go to flea market, you will find a lot of different pennants from the past, from the teams that don't exist anymore, which
Yeah.
is something that I'm learning about different franchises right now, and I like the stuff, so I collect that stuff, some of it at least, and I would research what type of minor league teams there were before in like late like 1910s, even before that, like early 20s, 30s. So like, and also NBA franchises, and NHL and NFL, Major League. So it's like very interesting category, because you can find out there are so many teams that are no longer in existence, and those types of pennants and banners and all types of memorabilia from those years is worth a lot of money. If
Oh yeah.
you put up time to research all of it, you will know. And that's what I've seen on your guys live with Andy, is that you guys actually, that's when we get the price of
Yeah.
what something sells for. And it's always like something that I kind of, always when I remembered something, that I saw something similar from certain like that particular year, possibly either in the pennant category or something like that. That kind of never, it's never something that I will be right on the price, because those prices can change, because
Oh yeah.
the prices of collectibles go up. It depends like what type of collectible it is, as with like any like games, video games, vintage t-shirts, and all that kind of stuff. So that type of market, in my opinion, is always kind of the prices change. They can either go up really like high, or sometimes they can drop a little bit, but that's what happens with the collectible market. So
Oh yeah.
and I'm amazed, Keith, that you have like you said 5,000 listings.
Yeah, I think I have 2,300 on eBay now, and then another 2,000 on Etsy, and some other on Whatnot, Mercari, and District as well.
Perhaps.
And you're on
Even
District also.
District.
Yeah.
Yep, one-stop shop on District. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually, I was planning to finally join. I will join District guys soon, so I'll be coming on District hopefully.
Yeah, it's a fun place over there, especially for
Somebody will let me in,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah. It's great for sourcing too at this point, since it's all, there's great deals to be had for anyone in the chat that wants to come over in the lives on over there. There's great deals. I'm sure eventually there'll be more buyers coming, and it'd be less deals, but good for sellers. But it's a fun experience. A lot of chat in the more like a Discord style chat as well. So it's a pretty cool app.
Yeah, it's a good environment. I watched some of
Yeah.
it, even though I basically made an account originally was under Craigslist Hunter, his district, and most likely I'll join his. And the thing about it is that I kind of liked the actual merchandise which is on district, which is a lot of collectible stuff and like vintage stuff, and it's in terms of even sports. That's what's actually good about it. That I think, in my opinion, sports stuff, vintage sports stuff, will do very good on district, in my opinion.
It seems like that's what it's sort of based on a little bit, about the trading card industry. So it seems that that'll definitely be a strong sports kind of area for selling.
Let me say hello to Flipping Ain't Easy always. Flipping ain't easy or hard, guys. John and Jenna in the house, guys. I'll be on Monday night, guys. I'll be on John and Jenna's live
cool.
Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I will hopefully will not be late, John, for you guys live. So you're not gonna get angry at me. So guys, join us. You can ask me some questions about reselling that I don't know about. Or eBay glitches. Um,
I'll
and
be there modding.
yeah. So in terms of
cool.
in terms of sales, Keith, like would you say like you're trying to list because since you do have a full and I'm amazed, man, that you're a veterinarian and still have time to source and go to those flea markets, buy such amazing collections of sports memorabilia, being a full-time veterinarian, man.
And
Props.
videos. And
Yes,
videos
you're making
routinely.
videos. There's guys, there is no excuse anymore. That's
Yeah,
it.
I would say like
Goodness,
before
a
in the
shame.
mornings. Yeah, in the mornings I
Yeah.
don't do anything till I have 2 cups of coffee and list 10 things. That's like my start to the day. So that's what keeps me going as far as like being consistent with selling and
How may I
otherwise.
ask, Keith, how old
Yeah,
are you? If that's
40,
okay.
no, it's okay. I'm 47. Yeah.
So Keith
You
is
look
almost
great.
my age. Yeah,
Oh,
my
thank you.
age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's our age group, man. We're very old
Yeah.
now. Keith. So
Yeah, no, I feel, yeah.
everyone who is in their 30s right now calling us very old. Even women who are over 40 are old now. That's it. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now
So.
everyone will leave and unsubscribe again. No, guys, it is kind of funny, but we got Ben in the house. Actually, been flipping goods. I think it was Ben, but it's probably not Ben. So, been flipping goods. Appreciate you stopping by. Finally catching you live. Thanks for stopping by, man. Actually, I caught my live also. Finally, I didn't freeze up that much today yet. So
Yeah,
that is
don't
good.
leave
And Keith, I see that you're using a Yeti microphone, a blue
Yep.
Yeti. That's one of
Yeah,
the
that's what I
Oh,
got.
the
Yeah.
Yeti debates.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
like your Yeti?
It's the only one I've had, so I have no complaints about it. But I was scrambling when I had to move upstairs. I usually have the what is that called? A spit guard? Is that what that thing is? But I was scrambling to get all my stuff up here. I left that down there. But I guess
And
it's working without.
so, like, I don't see. That's why big props to you, man, with having, like I said, being full-time veterinarian, having time to do all that kind of stuff and videos, consistent videos. Props to you, man. Like, and you put
Thank you.
out a good video every week with the flea market stuff. I just watched the one today where you were when we talked about it with kids before we went live. That he learned about the aluminum Christmas tree, and I didn't even know about that either. See, that's why there is always greatness in terms of content creators where they will show stuff that you've never seen, and that when you learn about it and you can go source and find the stuff. So that's why a lot of props to content creators who can still show that stuff consistently, something that you've never
Yeah.
seen or never thought that sells for so much, for a certain amount. Because with aluminum Christmas trees, even though I never ran into them that much, but I think I did before, but I never looked at it. Like you didn't even look at it at that flea
Yeah.
market also.
I got two in my
Yeah.
living room.
Oh wow. Oh.
And
Yeah, I had no idea they were good.
yeah, Lisa, how much is it?
I don't care. It needs to go away. They need to go away. I give up.
Lisa will give it away, guys, today. We're gonna ship it to Florida. So in terms of like right now, when you kind of do you keep certain schedule on how you do stuff in terms of reselling with full-time job? Do you have certain days when you try to list stuff, or you
Yeah.
have certain days where you try to kind of source maybe certain amount of days during the week, or you have specific schedules with full-time job to do
Pretty
that?
much, yeah. Yeah. I list every morning before I do anything. I'm having my coffee in the morning, and then I source Thursdays and Sundays typically, and I ship Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. That might fluctuate a little bit if I have a lot of orders, and my wife will occasionally help me shipping. I've taught her how to take care of the pennant shipping. But yeah, I do have a certain schedule I try to keep. And my work schedule, my hours are pretty good. They're pretty flexible, so I can. It does give me a little time to get some shipping done, get some sourcing done.
And
But
there is
then
a
the
lot of
videos, how do you fit
Yeah.
those in? I mean, because
The
those
videos,
take a lot of time. And do you editing maybe or
Yeah, the videos are a challenge for sure. Like I used to get like part of my video done Wednesday night, and then I would finish it Thursday. It would be ready for Saturday. But now I have my live podcast on Wednesday night. That's like a 2-hour show. So, and I get ready for that. You got to do some prep work for that. So now it's all Thursday, Friday. I do the editing. In the beginning, when I started editing, it would take me like 30 hours to do a video. Now I can do it in like 3 or 4, maybe. So as long as I have it sort of planned out in my head, what I'm going to be doing. But it's a time crunch for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. And like with especially now since you're also doing lives, which is also like time consuming to do
Yeah.
like 2 hours of per day that you do them, and you guys doing great job on them.
Thank you.
And videos, that's actually see that's a lot of stuff going on, kids. That's why that's a lot of props to content creators and resellers who have full-time jobs to actually have time, to take care of so many different things, and also spend time with their family and stuff, and travel, and have some kind of free time sometimes. And in your case, Keith, I think you don't have much of a free time, with
Yeah.
reselling and having full-time job. I mean, it's kind of not easy, but at least like we all are kind of trying to build our channels, trying to grow a little bit. It's
Yeah.
it's and for me it's fun. I mean, that's why like I like it. I will put out certain videos that I still like to put out sometimes, rarely, but I tried to put out more shorts because they're very fast to do and you don't have to do much. So you just
Yeah.
record yourself for a minute and you put it out.
And
So
they definitely grow your channel, right? I think like Soda City Flips, we got to 1,000 subscribers right around the same time, if I recall. He was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before me, but he's the upward trajectory since then. But he kills it with content. I know he's constantly putting stuff out, and that's a key, right? Which I know you're doing too, Roman, with shorts. I don't get as many shorts done. I find it a bit challenging to make shorts. I try to make them from my full length videos, but it's a different technique. It's a different
yeah, that's I
style.
mean shorts. Yes, I like it because like every time like I will run into kind of something interesting. I like to make a short video about it and put it out. That's kind of fun for me to do.
Yeah.
For now, at least, I like it because like something that sold or maybe something I found, or some kind of fun encounter with someone. So because it's like I like to different things. Like I cannot have like similar thing because I don't like similar things. So like I try to change stuff up, and whenever I can, and that's why I kind of get bored with something similar. So I'll try to put something different out. So it's like always in my head, like what am I trying to do, like more, like different on a channel, and it's not just the same content. So, but you know how YouTube is, they like similar type of content. That's when they kind of push you out more, in my opinion, if they see
Yeah.
that you consistently doing same exact content over and over and over, that I think most likely that how their algorithm works in a way where it will kind of like those types of videos to push them out more to the viewers or audiences, compared to someone who kind of goes around different things, try to not to be that consistent. But you never know. Some of the video, like in your case or my case or anyone, can go viral, and you're gonna get bunch of subs, right
Yeah.
away.
You never know.
So
Yeah.
you
You
never
just keep
know
putting it
how
out.
you
Yeah.
just put them out and you wait like a lottery, man. You wait
Yeah.
to hit,
Crapshoot.
you
Yeah.
wait to hit the lottery. Let me say hello to Ping G in the house. Ping, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. In terms of keys, in terms of sports cards, I know it's a big field of different years, different sports, like different teams. In your opinion, like how like would you consider like someone who tries to mostly, grade, for example, what would you say is something to grade? Because you probably have more experience in that in terms of grading certain sports cards. I know about rookies. If you
Yeah.
find newer sports cards, even in a store, or newer packs, and you find certain rookie cards, those are gonna most likely become valuable. Hopefully, if the player is good eventually.
Yeah.
But if sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So what would you say? Like, how many? Do you have a lot of graded stuff? Have you graded a lot of stuff yourself? And
I've
different.
graded a little bit, but I actually don't do a ton with cards. I mean, I've dealt with like tobacco cards, T206s, and like some like 50, 60 stuff, but I generally don't buy a whole lot of cards. I have a friend that if we're going on a private pick, he's the guy that specializes in cards. I specialize in memorabilia. So, but I've definitely bought cards over the years. And one of my best videos on my channel was I bought a scrapbook of 52 tops, so that was a good one. But admittedly, I don't know a ton about cards, especially modern cards.
So, like, in terms of like in the past, did you buy any collections of sports cards at all in the past from private picks, or you kind of trying to stay away from those?
Yeah, I don't know if I have really. They've come in deals, but I've never bought like just a collection of cards. Maybe I did when I first got into it, but not in a long time.
Yeah, and John here says people who complain about resellers who make deals when they source usually aren't very good at it themselves. See, there you
Yeah.
go. That's a correct statement right here, guys. Put it on your wall in the capital letters. And Patrick Murphy saying, yes, lowballing and haggling can get ugly and insulting, though I agree they have the same tools. Exactly. See, that's the thing about it. And that's why, in my opinion, resellers who go out there to different sourcing places, garage sales, you're not going to haggle much at estate sales, as you guys know.
No,
Because
no.
estate sale companies, they know, they research, at least most of them. I think 90% of those estate sale companies, they research their merchandise before they start the sale. So
Yeah.
they will know how much everything, at least everything is. They can, of course, make a mistake, as with thrift stores, and miss something, but that's up to resellers to find it. It's like looking in a, in a needle of finding needle in haystack, guys, in a situation like that. I mean, if you know your stuff, most likely you will see something that the estate sale company has missed and didn't price correctly. But
Yeah.
the only place where you haggle in reality is garage sales. I mean, or like sometimes you will go on. Do you ever haggle at private pigs, Keys? Do you try to haggle on prices?
A little bit. Depends on the person I'm buying from. Some of the private picks or a lot of the dealers I buy from consistently, they know I'm a reseller. They sort of give me their best price, and there's not a whole lot of negotiation there. But other times there has been a little bit of back and forth, but definitely less heated or not much tension as compared to a flea market occasionally, where it's and even there, I don't. Sometimes a lot of my videos I don't haggle a whole lot, but I do buy consistently from the same people. So you sort of you build that relationship, and they tend to give you good prices that way.
Yeah, and because you already have developed relationship with at least certain sellers that
Yeah.
have reached out to you, right, on stuff that they have.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's kind of in my opinion, it's kind of word of mouth. Sometimes, like if you bought something from someone and you kind of bought the certain collection for certain amount of money, those types of people, if you tell them about yourself that you resell, that you're looking for this kind of stuff, they'll reach out to someone else and they will let them know there is a seller that is looking for inventory. So he just they will provide your like your contact information to reach out to you, so you can go ahead and buy more stuff
Yeah.
from another person. So it's very kind of like that's one of the best things, in my opinion, for resellers who are trying to kind of at least get certain leads to buy certain buy inventory depending on what it is. I mean, there are all resellers are different in terms of what they're looking for. So like
Sure.
you mostly look for sports memorabilia stuff. Would you like right now, would you buy some kind of
One second, Robert. My cat pulled my mic off, so hold on one second. My earphone's off.
man, no problem, man, that's
All right.
okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was worried she was going to hit my camera, so I pulled her on my lap, but then she ripped my earphone plug out.
Yeah, that happens, man. That's actually
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
Freezing up and dropping equipment, that's normal thing.
Okay.
Those are bloopers, man. Live
Yeah,
bloopers.
yeah, for sure.
So in terms of like, would you say like right now, if someone reaches out to you like to purchase like some kind of merchandise that you're not like you're not don't want to deal with or sell, would you still buy this kind of stuff? Like try to look into it. Like for example, if someone tries to sell you a bunch of clothing, would you look into clothing or not?
I mean, no, I do buy vintage clothing, like single stitched T-shirts or crew necks from the 90s, but nothing like modern. So I wouldn't. I mean, maybe if I knew someone locally who was a reseller, I would just pass that information along, which I've done in other avenues. I've passed my my buddy card collections that I didn't have interest in. But yeah, I try to stay in my lane a little bit for the most part.
And in terms of like Etsy, like I know that you sell on Etsy. Do you list?
Yeah.
Do you like selling on Etsy? Does it like regular? Do you have regular sales consistently on Etsy?
I do. Yeah, I do well on Etsy, especially that's like a holiday. It's very strong on Etsy. It's like a different market. There's a lot of a lot of collectors, but more like gift givers or decorators. So I sell a ton of pennants on Etsy, like maybe like a Virginia Beach, Virginia pennant that somebody wants for their beach house. So it's a different audience than eBay is for sure.
Yeah, and guys, Lisette, New England Betty Boop put in a link today for Whatnot. She'll be on Whatnot tonight at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to join that Whatnot show, Lisette does great job on her Whatnots. So join her, please, if you have time today. If you can, it's gonna actually help her out a lot. And let's everyone know to join her Whatnot. We need followers on Whatnot. Did you ever sell on Whatnot, kids, before?
Yeah, I've sold a lot on Whatnot. I have taken a step back from it just time wise. I mean but I used to sell once a week on there, and I think I've had a show scheduled on a Thursday for like 6 weeks and consecutively. I just keep pushing back because it's finding the time to do it. It's tough, but I like it. I like the interaction with people. I've met some people through Whatnot, like other resellers, and people have found my YouTube channel through Whatnot. So it's been cool. But I source a lot on there though. I source a ton of vintage hats, vintage clothing.
Interesting, yeah, because I know like sometimes you will run into like there is an advantage sometimes with those types of things if you know what you're looking for, especially vintage hats, for example, and you can run into certain Whatnot shows where you can buy one for really good money there at Whatnot, and then you can still resell it and make decent profit. It's like sometimes you will buy like not just one, there are gonna be collection of hats. So that's why sourcing on Whatnot sometimes is favorable for certain resellers who actually know their stuff and know how much approximately they want to pay for it, and try to win an auction to try and then get it and resell it. So that's one of the sourcing possibilities also, guys, as you know.
Oh yeah.
Whatnot and District also right now in a way, same way. Do you do any online auctions, like except like do you source from online auctions right now at all, or in the past?
I definitely have in the past, like Live Auctioneer. I actually sold once on Live Auctioneer as well, but I've bought a ton of them on there over the years. And some of the local like big sports auction houses, I'll buy some bulk lots from them locally. But yeah, I haven't done that a ton lately, just because I have so much inventory. And if I'm going to be getting more inventory, I want it to be on video, right? So I'm out at the flea market buying stuff or private picks.
Right. So, yeah, that in your opinion, Keith, how much throughout the years right now, like you've been, you said you started reselling way back in the late 90s, right? Like
Correct.
1999. So
Yep.
you've seen a lot of stuff that I kind of ran into already, because I started at that particular. I think my first eBay store is from 2004. So I started like before that a little bit, but then I opened up another eBay store. So I started out in 2001, but yeah, I remember back in the 90s, it was much more complicated to get payment for it,
Oh yeah.
for the stuff, money orders, checks.
Yeah.
I love
Everything,
my mailman. I waited for where's my money orders?
Yeah.
It took
It's a
a
much different
while.
game back then, right?
Fake checks, fake money orders, scammers. eBay was not glitching that much, so it was fun times back then.
And even imagine back then there was listings with no photos, right? There was a lot of listings without a photograph, which is hard to believe. Like, how were you buying stuff back then?
Yeah, that's the thing about it, man. It amazes me how people, I mean, been reselling for so many years, which is amazing. Me too. I mean, it's like already like just time flew by, like since that time, and like still like everything changes. And I think eBay is kind of lagging behind. Do you agree, Keith, with like live selling? I think if they did live selling on eBay, it would have been attractive for eBay to do live selling. What do you think?
Oh, sure. I know they've tried it, but it doesn't seem like they've tried it that hard, right? I mean, I've seen a couple things, but yeah, if they wanted to dominate that market, I'm sure they could, right? Or they probably could have went and bought Whatnot and just made themselves Whatnot. I don't know, maybe not, but it seems like they didn't really take that opportunity to jump into that as much as they should have.
And Duncan is already making very interesting comments. Ramon, that's actually my new name, Keith. I'm Ramon now.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, officially I'm Ramon. From Australia.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm 75 years old right now. Yes, that's the correct age. Finally, Duncan got me. He figured out how old I am. For 75, guys. Kind of look kind of older, but 75, I'll take it, man. And let me say hello to Divan Short. Divan, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. We see Divan a lot in flipping in easy chats all the time. So we joke around. Keith, I was putting a lot of different channels. If you're not subscribed to anyone, please subscribe. Also, if you're not, most likely you are. It's like sometimes even me, man, I sometimes go to certain channel and for some reason YouTube automatically unsubscribes me. It just the way eBay, I think YouTube glitches probably were designed by people who worked on eBay at eBay technical team. It's like glitches from eBay to YouTube. Nothing works. So like in terms of say what would you say what was the most expensive hat? I know that you like hats. I know you like vintage hats. What would you say is the most expensive one you ever sold, if you remember?
You've probably sold more expensive hats than me, to be honest. I think I sold one for like 200, 250 maybe. But generally they're the bread and butter sales that I'll sell a hat for 50 to 80 and they just consistently sell. But I would say probably 250 might be the max that I've sold. I mean, there's more expensive hats out there. I just haven't sold them.
I can tell you one thing. I listed very rare. Lisa actually knows about it. I listed the Cleveland.
Oh, you finally got around to it. He's been sitting on this road.
Yeah, I found the hat at the Beans, Cleveland. I actually will post a video on my channel soon with that hat when I found it. It's a Cleveland Indians vintage all over Chief Wahoo hat by the Game brand.
The big logo, right? I think I've seen that. Your hat.
Yeah, it's one of those with a big Chief Wahoo all over the top of the hat, like it goes over the top, and it's it has Cleveland Indians spell out on a bill on top of the bill.
Oh wow!
And it's a rare one, and I researched it like when I got it originally, and it had some staining on it, which I kind of tried to clean out a little bit, which I did a little bit. It's still there; it doesn't come out all the way, but still. I mean, even with staining, I still listed it for $399.
Oh, wow.
And I already have a lot of watchers on it. And most likely, I think I just listed it 2 days ago and already had lowball offers coming in. Even though I didn't put offers on it, I just had messages from buyers just asking me if I can sell it cheaper. And so far, I'm kind of holding back. I'm going to wait. I think most likely it's gonna sell for that amount because there's another one that's clean, entirely in a great condition that someone listed for $599, and there is one that sold recently for $625, I think. So like this particular one is very in demand, and I know in my situation with that condition, it's kind of not just with a little staining. It's a little bit kind of worn out a little bit. And I mean, it's not broken or anything. It's just worn out, which I actually disclosed in the listing and already got a bunch of messages coming in on it. So it has a lot of interest. So most likely
it's going to sell, especially as baseball season starts up.
Yeah.
Training.
Most likely, guys, hopefully it's going to sell for my asking price of $399. So you'll see that hat soon in a video, and most likely you can research it in eBay. You will see what I'm talking about. It's a Chief Wahoo all over print Cleveland Indians hat by the Game, and Keith knows the Game brand.
Yeah, it's definitely a good brand. And I clean a lot of hats myself. So I don't know if you. I learned from the Reseller Information Network. They had a whole hat camp that they showed you how to clean hats. But I'll soak them for a half an hour in OxyClean and water, scrub them, rinse them. Like I cleaned this hat before I wore it the first time. So it's if it needs it. Some don't need it at all.
Oh, he froze.
Yeah. me see the chat here. But yeah, that sounds like a great hat though, for sure. I think I remember seeing that video, and I've sold hats in the big logo, the game brand before. And that's always I didn't get that. It wasn't an Indians hat. Mine was like a Tennessee Volunteers, I think. I think that was one of the ones that sold for a couple $100. Let's see.
Oh, it's a really impressive hat. He's had it for a while. But
yeah,
like I've got one I need to clean. Oh no, don't. Oh my gosh, we lost it. Well, this is new. No, sure. I've got one that the salt stains. The hat is like pristine, and yet I don't understand. It's a black hat, and it's got the white salt stains. Oh, and I've been watching people's videos trying to figure out how to do this because I am sure I'm going to mess it up. I mean, that's imposing trying to figure that out. And I'm a woman. I just want to throw it in the washer.
Yeah, I think they have like I use for black hats. They have like a black type of OxyClean that it doesn't dilute the black color. It might be I don't forget the name of it, but I just get 1 scoop of that in a bucket of hot water, soak it for a half an hour, and then take it out, scrub it, rinse it, and I'd be surprised if it doesn't come out.
Guys, sorry about that.
No worries.
Guys, this is actually, I think we got some haters now. Right now, after I said everything about reseller haters, they called in Spectrum guys and said to disconnect me entirely from YouTube and just disconnect. Yeah. And they also disabled my YouTube account. Instead of making a video about me, they decided to just disable my account and disconnect me. So they don't have to deal with me anymore in their life.
Don't leave me hanging where I can't do nothing about the stream.
Yeah, guys, I'm sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties today. We got John in the house. Let me say hello before we get to the end of the live. Let me say hello to great people that support our channel and come to our live consistently. Appreciate you all, guys. We got John Rodrelix in the house. We got Kim T. I think I forgot about Kim. I'm not sure, but Kim in the house. Vintage, Ivan in the house. Kevin in the house. Commonwealth speaker. Kevin, thanks for stopping by. Kevin, actually, watch his channel, guys. He's got this crazy buyer that's been sending him very bad stuff. So check out the videos, guys. I cannot give it out, guys. Otherwise, Kevin said he will charge me $5,000 per video if I tell everyone about the video. So we cannot do that, guys, today.
It's still it's rotten food. It's not like the litter box product I got sent. So nobody's gotten that one yet.
We got Lori in the house, Happy Picker and Grumpy Picker, Kyle most likely in the waiting in the background somewhere, lurking. Got Chuck in the house, back road bidder Chuck. Chuck, welcome, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I finally got and see my internet disconnected, but at least the internet came back just in time, guys. Let's see who else I missed before I forget, guys. Before we're gonna go, we're gonna actually have a giveaway today, guys. If Keith brought some kind of stuff today, I'm not sure what it is. Yeah. But Keith told me what it was. I forgot. Sorry. So Keith will show you guys. So let me say hello to someone else I missed, guys, because I'm trying. Guys, I'm trying my best to catch up, as you understand. It's very complicated nowadays. Marie in the house. Marie Perlet and Justin. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. Larry's desk in the house. And Todd's desk. Chuck and Marcy in the house, guys. Marcy's probably watching. Marcy, thanks for watching and thanks for stopping by. All right, guys. So, Keith, if I missed anyone, I'll get to you guys. Sorry about that. So, Keith will do a giveaway, guys. It's really nice of him to do a giveaway today. I really appreciate it, Keith.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I do the similar giveaway in the podcast on Wednesday nights, but I was going to give away like a random assortment of vintage non-sport wax packs. So however Roman wants to do that giveaway, but there's a couple like vintage Star Trek packs. I think these are all 90s. These are a pair of Bozo the Clown wax packs or foil packs. This is a cool one. The Royal Family Princess Diana pack. And there's a couple others in there. I'll throw a few others in there as well. But if somebody might like them, whether you give them to your kids to open or pop them in eBay packages for your buyers or sell them.
Yeah, there you go. Kevin is saying, no biggie, John, just pass them off to me. I'm trying to pass them on to Dave. That's a correct, Kevin, that's a correct decision, man. Pass it to Dave. So what would you like the hashtag to be, Keith, for the giveaway?
I guess you can do a wax pack. Wax pack.
Okay, let's do just
Or-
a second.
Or if there's something easier for you, whatever you want.
Me open up the giveaway tool, guys. It's very important. We cannot use anything else in our unprofessional life except the giveaway tool. That's the only one I learned, guys. Unfortunately, and I learned very slowly, guys. So, guys, put in hashtag Vexpack, right? Like,
Yep. Yeah.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
promise. He's trying to figure out that giveaway
see,
tool.
There we go.
No, I'm back.
What are you
See,
asking?
Keith, what happens? I brought out a lot of hate on me now after I started talking about those reseller haters. Now they all hate me.
Yeah.
They disconnected my internet already through the bomb. All right, let's do Waxpack, guys. Waxpack, WAXPACK. That's a
You got
hashtag. So hashtag Waxpack, and we'll give you 5 minutes, guys, just to make sure everyone is on board and have a chance to win. It's not gonna be rigged, I promise, guys. Someone will win today. And I know, Keith, that like you, like currently, would you say, like in your comparison between eBay and Etsy, would you say in terms of returns, do you get a lot of returns on Etsy, or you don't get a lot of returns from Etsy?
I don't. Occasionally, I think you don't. They don't force you to take returns as much as eBay does. There's still occasionally where you have to take them, and I actually don't have like free returns on my eBay store. I probably should. I do take occasional returns, obviously, like we all do when it's an iNet or something's damaged or whatever. Nothing you can do about that. Or if somebody messages me, but I had an issue a couple of years ago where somebody bought a bobblehead, an expensive bobblehead. I shipped it to California. They returned it on a whim when I had return set to free, that they just changed their mind. Sent it back, terribly packed. It shattered. So at that point, I'm like, I don't want to ship this stuff all over the place at a whim at somebody changing their mind. But if there's a reason for the return, I'm happy to take a return.
So you do mostly buyer pays return, right? You don't do free returns.
No, I don't accept the returns at all, except when it's through eBay. When they open up the.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So then I pay for it at that point, right? Yeah.
So
Spin it, Roman.
Yeah, guys, we forgot about giveaway. Sorry about that. See, that's the thing about me, guys. We start talking about something, and I forgot about giveaway, about anything, what we're doing today. I have bad memory, guys. I'm 45, so it's normal. The memory will not get better, someone told me. So sorry about that, guys. So good luck, everyone. Today, 1, 2, 3. We got 14 entries. Let's do this, guys. Someone will win, hopefully.
Unless it freezes up.
Unless it freezes up, guys. And the winner is Justin. Wow.
All right.
Justin has some kind of luck on my life. Justin Perlot is the winner. Justin won second thing already on my life, guys.
Oh, cool.
So, Justin, congratulations. So you are having some kind of luck on my life. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing, in my opinion, to have some kind of luck on my life, which is very unusual. But Justin, congratulations, and send your information. I don't know if you follow Keith on Instagram, but his link for Instagram is in my description if you wanna follow him, and just send him your address, guys, and Keith will send it to you.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah, just shoot me a message. It'll probably show up on my request, so I'll make sure to check that, and I'll get them out in the mail to you. I'll throw a vintage sport flip sticker in there for you as well.
Yeah, that's a cool sticker you got, actually. That's a very nice sticker. I don't know if I have yours, but it's okay, man. Whenever I meet you, hopefully at Cleveland, when you're gonna come here to the convention, I'll stop by in your booth and we can talk about sports memorabilia there.
Absolutely, for sure, yeah.
Hopefully by the time when you get here, we're gonna have some kind of Browns that will start their training camp. To try
Hey, Roman, John Rad Relics sent you a super chat.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. See, that's the problem also with me. I forget that I got monetized. John, big thanks to you. I have to teach John Russian language. I'm trying to put some kind of video whenever someone sends super chat in Russian, so it's gonna be fun. Some kind of Russian super chat video, like a thank you in Russian, guys. So we'll see if I will be able to make it with my skills. But John is saying, I'm glad to call Roman a friend. He's one of the best guys I've met on YouTube. Not the prettiest, but one of the best. Guys, I'm so ugly. I
Take a
don't even
win where
know.
you can take it.
I don't. Yeah, it's like it's horrible. I cannot look into the mirror, guys. When I look at myself on the mirror, I just run away with the mirror. But John, appreciate it very much. It really means a lot, man. To call me that way, it's really nice, man. I really appreciate it. Hopefully I'll improve someday. Before I get too old. I don't know. The time flies very fast right now, John. I don't know. I don't like already that I'm 45 right now. It's kind of gets back into my mind a little bit. So, guys, if you have more questions for Keith about any types of sports stuff, let us know. Put them in the chat. John, I'll pick you up from airport and show you all the worst places so you never come again. That's in California, guys. And if I missed anyone, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if I missed anyone. So, Keith, like, what would you say in terms of your channel right now? Like the plans, do you think you're gonna make different types of videos in the future from like, say, like any? I know that you like to do flea markets. I know that you've done estate sale videos also, right?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen estate sales. Do you plan to do garage sale videos also, or you're not?
I do. I mean, I definitely, I'll try to get out to more this year. And it's sort of funny for me. I wear a backpack typically. And in an estate sale, though, I have a GoPro on a chest mount. But it might be like once a year somebody recognizes my camera at a flea market. But for yard sales, it's like every other yard sale, people are like, "Why do you have a camera on your chest?" I don't know why yard sales it's such a beacon for people to notice. And that doesn't necessarily bother me.
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't bother me whatsoever anywhere to record. Never had any issues with anything like that. I don't mind it at all. My personality is that sometimes I decide to record something, sometimes I don't. I just like my kind of, the way, like if I would be more consistent eventually, if my channel hopefully grows eventually, maybe yes, it will be interesting for me. Because if I will make certain amount of money on YouTube, why not? Like why not do it? I mean, it's fun for me to do, so why not try to do that? But currently there is not so much money in YouTube as you understand. For me, there are like a bunch of other smaller channels, so it's like kind of a grind and trying to get to that point, hopefully with better content, of course, for the audiences. You have to please the audiences. You cannot. Like today, for example, I already got certain comments on the T-shirt I found at the Goodwill Bins. And you guys, I'm not gonna describe it. You can go watch my shirt with a T-shirt I found vintage, the Allman Brothers band T-shirt about this controversy. Not a controversy in my opinion, but it is what it is, guys. Unfortunately, already it's not a negative comment on that video on that shirt, but I mean I know all about the history. So someone tried to tell me about American history, and I know all about the history. So they cannot tell me because I actually had a good grades. Even in growing up in Soviet Union, I had an A in history. So even in the United States in school, I had an A, and then government also. Just for the record, I had an A. So I know a lot about history and government. So someone came over in a short, left a comment about me learning about American history, which is kind of, it is what it is. It's fun. That's why those comments are fun, guys. It's kind of fun. It's just a little bit, it is what it is. Sometimes you will make something like that about certain thing, and that's when you get certain people who will comment on that kind of stuff, which is understandable. That's with all the bigger videos that people put out or short videos. So you have to kind of get used to it a little bit, right, Keith? About that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I mean, if that day comes for me, I'm not sure if I'll get used to it or not. Like for Kevin, the Commonwealth picker, those guys who are such huge channels, I'm sure they've got thick skin over the years, right? And don't let those comments get to them. But
Yeah, because I mean, even right now, like a lot of content creators, they always, you know how it is, Kiss. In your situation, like a lot of other content creators, like that, sometimes put out either only them on their channel or their whole family. That's a little bit different. There are certain amounts of certain things where people agree to that, to put out the whole family there and just do videos with the whole family, or there are just people who just do that like you do it most of the time yourself, right? You don't put your wife in your videos, right?
She's been in some of my shorts. I would have her. I did like a game where she would guess the selling price. So she's in some of my shorts on my channel, but I don't think she's been in any of my long form videos.
Right, and that's actually props to them, because nowadays it is how like it is dangerous. You never know what kind of people you watching your channel, what type of crazy people watching your channel, people who look at your family, know how they look and stuff like that. That's dangerous. That always brings like some kind of think behind, like in the back of your mind about your family, because you're trying to protect your family, and there are so many crazy people out there. Unfortunately, it's the truth, guys. And there are millions, thousands of people. And like you said, Keith, you mentioned people with a large following on social media, people with big channels with a lot of subscribers. Definitely, that's like 100%. There is a fear factor that there is gonna be a crazy person that, like with celebrities, as you know, celebrities like like famous athletes. Same thing. I mean, you get a lot of fans. Some of them are normal, some of them are abnormal. So unfortunately, it is what it is. So and like in terms of YouTube itself, Keith, like what do you think? Like, would you try to make another channel in the future, or you would like to stick to your only channel for now? Is that
yeah, I thought about that at some point. I do have a second channel, but we just started it for the podcast, but it's only like 11 subs over there. But basically, it's brand new. And I've been like putting the podcast over there with the reselling content out of it, just the conversation and the drafting we do. But I thought about at some point doing a picking channel and a flipping channel, because I know people talk about when you're doing a picking channel, is that hurting you having like a what sold video? Is that throwing off your selling videos, your picking videos? Maybe at some point, but I never really envisioned YouTube being much of a money generator for me. I'm a creative person. It was more of just giving myself a creative outlet. I like challenging myself, and that was just my challenge to get to 1,000 subs. So I've sort of reached where I wanted to be, really. And if it grows from there, great. That's a little icing on the cake, I guess.
But you know how it is. If you do, you have a lot of people leaving negative comments on any of your videos already, or you?
No, not really. I've had a couple, but nothing too bad.
Nothing major yet, right? So you already kind of made it already in a way on YouTube. That's when you get the people who try to kind of become negative towards your content. That's like you already have an audience.
To
kind of deal with. I mean, it is unfortunate. It's like with anything, not just YouTube, but like any type of businesses, like businesses that sell stuff. There are people gonna leave them horrible reviews, and there are people who leave them nice reviews. It's in any type of business. So YouTube, in a way, is same situation, except in reality, when people watch your videos, is that they will react negatively, because they will always do, not just to your content. They will be negative most likely to someone else's content. In some other business places, and on eBay, and leave negative feedbacks and send you rotten food. So it comes with all those things, because there are unfortunately a lot of people like that. And in my opinion, content creators who put out consistent content, props to them for being in a situation where they kind of put themselves out there. And unfortunately, there are a lot of crazy people who you never know what they can do, as you can see already with the things that happened to John and Jenna and Kevin and Vic flipping junk, who had the same situation. Most likely, bunch of other, not just YouTubers, but just regular eBay sellers, or just sellers from any platforms. I mean, that's like a possibility around different platforms, and not just YouTube. So that's a situation that unfortunately eBay should correct. most likely they hopefully will correct, in my opinion, because otherwise it's gonna happen. Something bad will happen, and it's gonna be something that eBay will, either will get into horrible large lawsuit, where they will never recover. As you
Yeah.
know, there had been many lawsuits. But if something bad happens, if someone gets hurt or poisoned, or just gets sick and ends up, God forbid, in a hospital or somewhere else, what I'm talking about, that's gonna be a bad, very bad publicity for
Yeah.
eBay. So they
Yeah,
don't
you're
want
right.
it to happen. So hopefully they will correct it. Let me say hello to Prickly Pear 27. And if I missed anyone, guys, I'm really sorry. John Rodrelix, I really appreciate once again your super chat. It really means a lot. Vintage Ivan in the house. I think I maybe I missed her. Maybe not. I'm sorry, Ivan, if I did. But I said hello, Christopher Nutter. Chris, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So before we leave today, guys, I will make Keith big, and he will tell you where to find him and what's coming up on his channel, and also about the convention that he'll be attending in Cleveland in late summer or midsummer, kind of late July, and
Yeah.
he'll tell you all about it. So Keith, here before we leave today. So here you go, guys. Here's Keith.
Hey guys, so thanks for watching me. Thanks for watching the show. Sorry I had some internet issues at the beginning there. It's never happened on StreamYard before. But yeah, my channel is Vintage Sport Flips. I pick flea markets, estate sales, private picks, mainly looking for vintage sports memorabilia, sports antiques, other general antiques. And I do try to teach in my videos as well about bolos, things to look out for. So definitely check it out if you maybe have a little interest in sports and you want to learn, so you're a little more armed with knowledge when you're out picking. But I put out a picking video every Saturday afternoon. Usually do some what sold videos through the week. And I have a live podcast on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. on my channel with myself and my friend King of Pennants, where we draft a sports or non-sports topic. And we also do a giveaway, do some different reselling segments, like a price guessing game with the chat. So it's a fun time. So definitely stop in on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m.
There you go, guys. So before we leave today, guys, I wanted to give shout outs to podcasts. As usual, I didn't put the links in the chat. It's going to be Reseller Locker Room podcast. Watch that latest episode, guys, with Pete Crackers Hunter. It is really good. I have to finish watching it to leave my big comment, as I usually like to leave the comment that takes 3 pages. So I'm working on it. I watched a little bit today, but I didn't have time to finish it. Reseller Clickbait podcast, Trash to Cash podcast, Pocket Change podcast, Flipping Fantastic podcast. Who else am I missing, Lisa? Power Hour podcast. There are so many right now, Keith. That's the good thing at my age, I still remember the names
Yeah.
of people. It's not gonna last long.
Yeah.
Hopefully by 50 I'll still remember. But guys, once again, really appreciate everyone for stopping by today, guys. Sorry that we got Mike in the house. Here's the crazy card. Mike, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's scroll down, guys. And Kevin say, Roman, I hear you know people who can take care of problems like this. Kevin, will reach out, man. We'll talk about it. Nostalgia Picker, Howdy Balos, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If I didn't put anyone channel links in the chat, guys, I'm really sorry. Once again, I was way behind as usual, but I didn't mean anything bad with that. And we had great audience. Keith, I thank you a lot for joining us today. You have a lot of knowledge. Guys, if you have any questions regarding sports stuff, memorabilia, collectibles, anything regarding sports, vintage t-shirts, jerseys, pennants, banners, baseball bats, baseball balls, any type of equipment, helmets, boxing gloves, all that kind of stuff, sports related. Reach out to Keith if you have questions. I'm pretty sure Keith will answer because
Absolutely, yeah. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm happy to help if I can, or if not, I might be able to point you in the right direction. Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
Keith reached out to me and actually helped me one time with boxing gloves. I didn't know about that, and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
vintage Wilson boxing glove. That was nice, and I do actually know that, and that's why if I find something myself, I know I'll reach out to Keith to just learn more about it. So And once again, guys, appreciate you all for stopping by, and have a great rest of your weekend, great sales. And hopefully everyone will have great sales coming up soon, again, all the time. That's basically the thing about it, guys, as you know. And once again, Jill, thanks for the great t-shirt. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next week. Our next week guest will be Max, Fast Talking Flipper, guys. And I already told you that. So we'll be here hopefully next Saturday. So we'll see you next Saturday, guys. Take care.
Okay.
Have a good
Thanks,
Y'all come
everybody.
back now. You hear? Bye,
Bye, guys.
everyone.
Take care.
Happy sales.